Good morning, and welcome to frosty Winnipeg. Yeah, I snapped a picture, probably 15 minutes ago, of my grandson's car out the front there. And yeah, we had a pretty good frost last night. Yeah, when I got up early this morning and I checked my thermometer, it was reading -2 in the backyard. Well, it must have been below freezing. Otherwise, we wouldn't have frost. So, anyway, it'll thaw. It's supposed to warm up. It's supposed to be sunny basically for the first part of the day. So I'll probably be able to get out again. Right now it is 1.3 Celsius. Now that would be on the sensor that is between my house and Max's house. It's in the shade, and it is outside, but for some reason it always seems to be a little bit warmer in that spot. Okay, now what are we going to do here? Well, we are going to reposition ourselves and try and finish this little piece here. And yeah, it'd really be nice if we could get out of this section and move over and do something else today. But, we'll just have to see how it goes. Okay. We are ready. Yeah, not a whole lot of stuff to talk about here today. Probably it'd be better if I didn't have these big, long, as much as 5 or more minutes of monologue talking about nothing. And we just get right at it. Once again, there was something I was going to mention, and I can't remember it. I guess it wasn't that important, was it? We've covered all the bases. Let's get our macro lens on. We'll get this piece repositioned here so that it will be in the center of rotation. Right now it's not, so I have to very carefully. Let's see. I got to be careful how I get it off of there, because if I pry it too much, it's going to warp, and the railing is going to snap off. So maybe I better use some sort of a little lever, and we'll put the macro lens on and get closer. We'll figure something out here. Yeah, let's see if we can finish this module today and move over to something else. Got to make another one of those antenna thingies. Not looking forward to that. That was hard to solder, really hard to solder, from what I remember. We did it, but it. I may not video it, being as it's going to be identical to what we did 2-3 weeks ago. We'll see what happens. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Sometimes I say we won't video it, and I realize that if I don't video it, there's not going to be any footage to put in the episode. Okay. Oh, and I did go out. You remember I think it was in yesterday's episode, I was saying that I was going to tell you in my ride number 449. What it was that I was, couldn't remember the date and why it was important. I'll get it out yet. Well, I did. So some of you saw it. That was kind of nostalgic. Now, isn't that a mean way to make you watch the motorcycle episode? And you're thinking to yourself, I don't want to watch a motorcycle episode. Why are you making me watch it? Well, that's the way I am, I guess. I'm just not a very nice person. Okay, let's get at it here. Okay. Now, when I am videoing something with the macro lens, and I'm using the turntable, I like to have the area in question, which is actually right here, in the center of rotation, which is actually right there. But if I try to lift this off it's going to bend right here and probably snap the connection. So I think what I'm going to try to do is just sort of pry it loose if I can here. Let's see. Let me see. Does it seem like it wants to come? Maybe using so much blue tack was not a good idea. Okay, we're getting it. Okay, now we have not broken any part of the railing. Now I got to try and carefully get this blue tack off of here. I think that probably the safest way for me to do that is to do it off camera, because I'll be able to do it a little bit more gently. Yeah, so we'll see you back here and when I get it. Okay, I pretty much got it, and I was lucky. I didn't break anything off. And what I did was I used the blue tack almost like an eraser, and just sort of rubbed it on the residue that was still stuck on there. It looks like there's a blue tack right there, but that's not. That's part of the push-out pin that I should have scraped off. So maybe I should try and do something about that. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to mount this area in question right in the center here, which is approximately like that, so that when I rotate it, I don't know why I'm showing you all this. It's maybe I'm gonna have to change this just a little bit here. Put it like this. Okay, now I've got to be able to push down without deforming the plastic. Otherwise, what's going to happen is, as I said before, I'm going to end up breaking the railing. Okay, now that's pretty much in the center. You could maybe go a little bit to the right here. I'm showing you this because I want you to see what the sort of things I do in preparation for my videoing. It's fun. I enjoy doing this. Okay, now when we rotate that, you'll notice that this stays in the center of rotation. And that's particularly noticeable when you're using the macro lens. Okay, let's see what we can do here now. Let's get this back on here, and okay. It'd be nice if I could have it so that the stanchions from this piece and the stanchions from this piece and this piece sort of all meshed together, and they would kind of glue them together as one. I don't know if they actually on the real ship were like that, but yeah. And one other thing I was going to mention here. Well, let's get the macro lens on. Maybe I'll think of it. Good morning. Wait, Missy.
I think you're all set up.
I saw you coming.
The eagle has landed.
The beagle has landed, yes.
Oh.
Yeah. Cold.
Crisp, yeah.
Yeah.
Wind chill was -3 or -5 or something.
Yeah, I believe it. Well, the thermometer said -2 when I got up this morning.
the frost formed late. It was like there was no frost at 6, and at 6:45 it had just landed. It's funny. Just tested, dropped that 1 degree, eh?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think what happens is it gets cold, and like the windshields of the vehicles get below freezing. Then moist air moves in. I think it's got to do with moist air moving in, and freezing on the windshield, because the windshield would have to be already below freezing point of the car. That's my theory. Yeah.
Oh.
But if I was smart, I'd be rich, right, Missy? Actually, Missy, I am rich. I've got you as a little friend. Yes, that makes me rich.
Yes. Yes. You may not be a millionaire, but you're a doodle-aire.
Yeah.
Doodle-aire is better than millionaire, eh? Anyone can be a millionaire.
Yeah, about 4 o'clock this afternoon, they said it could rain. So we'll see what happens. I hope not. But that's the way she goes.
That's the way she goes.
Bye, Missy.
Legs up the rod.
We'll be seeing ya.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, it is nice. Missy the dog. Missy the dog. Okay. We got our macro lens on. We got our subject in question centered. No reason why we can't get going here. Yeah, probably because I don't have as much mojo as I think I should have for this. I think I'm going to go do some editing. Yeah, got to get all the footage out of the 360 here, and that's usually by the time I get through, I bet you it'll be 2 hours before I get back here. We'll see what happens. Okay, I'm trying to get this at the best angle for the camera, and also so I can see it when I try to put the holder downer in place. I'm guessing about a month ago, I was in McDonald's in Transcona, and a very friendly lady came up to me and started talking to me, and she said, "My husband watches you." Well, it turns out it's what I think of as Winnipeg Mark. There are so many Marks in the watching that, anyway, yeah, so Mark commented last night, and he was reminding me that I use way too much glue. And I knew that he was artistic, but he offered to come by and show me his technique, I guess. Well, thanks, Mark, but I don't think I'm easily intimidated by almost anybody. So I'm going to turn you down on that. But thank you so much for the offer. That was really, really generous of you. I know Gabe came by, and Gabe was very gracious. He didn't flaunt the fact that he was like 10 times smarter than me or anything like that. So that kind of worked out. Okay, I think I basically got that, don't I? I remembered what it was that I wanted to mention before, and I couldn't remember what it was. You know, these little notches that are in the side, one right here and one right here. For that part that goes in, I was thinking, I was going to say I want to be careful. I don't want to accidentally cover them up with the stanchions. Okay, let me look in the monitor here. How have I got this now? That's actually pretty good. Okay, so Mark, you're going to be mad at me because I'm probably going to use way too much glue here. Let me get my other glasses on. Okay, now that should have wicked its way along the bottom of the bottom rail all the way around. And we'll let that cure. Maybe I'll put some curing agent on. And then I'll see if I can carefully use CA thick to glue the stanchions together. Okay, that shouldn't take a whole lot of curing agent to kick that curing process into. Yeah, I think we did not too bad there. I have this feeling like I want to twist it back and forth and look at it, but with the holder downer on there, that might not be a good idea. Okay, let's just push stop here and wait a few minutes. Okay, I didn't time it, but it's probably about 4 or 5 minutes since we put the curing agent on. I think we're probably going to be safe here to remove the holder downer. All right. Now we'll just test this to see if in fact it is in fact. Yeah, if that hadn't glued in place, this would have flipped out of there. Okay. Now let's get my CA thick here and see if I can't just work it up and down those stanchions and glue them together. I guess it would be okay to rotate this thing now. Yeah, you can see the little notch there. I didn't cover it up. Now I would think that the best place to apply it would be on the inside. I'm going to have to rotate this a bit here. So yeah, that's better for me. All right, and the other one. Seems to have gotten a little thicker than I had wanted there. What if I can rub that off? Or maybe I should quit while I'm ahead. Now, we're not going to really be seeing along the inside there. We've got the CA thin. Whoops. Now, Mark, here's what you're talking about when I use too much glue. I know. I just don't want that to break out of there. The curing time on this is a lot longer than the CA thin, but it's a little bit. I think I got it. Gotta be careful I don't actually bump it so hard that I break it out of there. Now I know this looks pretty crude, doesn't it? But I wonder if I could just shove this one down just a little bit. I think that's some better. We got the same problem on the other one, don't we? Well, maybe it's curing. Maybe that's the problem. Okay, I'm going to quit here. I think once that's painted and from arm's length, it's going to be acceptable. Yeah. And although, right down in here, it doesn't really look like the CA thick is. maybe that's about as good as it's going to get. It could be that the curing agent that I put on there before has activated that, because normally the CA thick does not start to cure all by itself for quite a while. At least that's been my experience. Okay, I think we're basically done this module, except for the ladder, which goes right there. And there's two reasons why I don't want to do the ladder now, and that is because, first of all, it's not painted, and second of all, I don't know at which angle it's going to have to go. Okay, my clock just rang 3 o'clock. A lot of time has passed here. I've been out on my bike twice today. It looks like it's going to start raining at any minute. So I got out just in time. Now I think we've done about all we can do here with this piece. So we are done this module right here, except for the ladder, as I mentioned. Now I think the next best thing for me to do will be to do the two little platforms that go immediately underneath this piece. So that would be these pieces right here. And each one of these takes 3 pieces of photo etch railing, but they're straight, nothing to bend or anything like that. But I'm going to call her quits for today, folks. Once again, did not get as far as I'd hoped, but we're making progress. We're moving forward, and as long as I don't break stuff off anymore, yeah, we'll eventually get there. A lot of little pieces yet to go for this step. Yeah, we're having a good time. Thanks for watching, and all being well, we're gonna see you tomorrow.